Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A local mother is on a mission to make a difference in Seadrift. Discover her journey and the challenges she is facing. And U.S. forces take action in international waters. Multiple vessels targeted in a military operation. The threat military leaders say they eliminated. Plus, Hollywood reels from a family tragedy. A well-known director's son accused of murder. The personal battles that preceded the deadly confrontation.
And thankfully this morning we are not freezing anymore, and actually for the rest of this week and for the rest of this year we're going to be warming up even through Christmas. And not only that is increasing, so are our rain chances. All that in the weather coming up.
And the Oakland Bulldogs are 2 days away from competing in the 3 Division I state championship versus the Grandview Zebras. We'll look ahead to this matchup later on in sport.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads. Hope you're enjoying this cool weather because it may be our last day until the new year.
Yep, our last it's definitely going to be our last really chilly morning out there. We might be a little bit cool on, let's see here, Friday morning.
Can we wear shorts on Christmas?
Yes, I think so actually.
Some Christmas shorts.
Yeah, we're going to be looking a little bit warm for the rest of this week and all the way through the end of this year. We're going to be talking about why here in just a little bit, because like Carolina was just saying, y'all get out there and enjoy our last pretty chilly morning out there, because we're 41 right now in Victoria County. Temperatures in the city are running about 1 to 2 degrees warmer than that. You can see it right here, 42 degrees being reported right outside the station on Navarro. But winds, we do have a light wind out there, 5 to 10 miles an hour, bringing us some so chilly wind chills, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see temperatures all around the Crossroads, low 40s for most of us, but warmer Gulf waters keeping folks on the coast a little bit warmer, low and mid 50s down there. And we have all across Texas temperatures just about the same, consistent in the 40s and 50s, a couple 30s out there as well. But wind chills, we do have a wind out there, like I said, bringing us wind chills in the 30s for some of us. So definitely grab that jacket if you're headed out the door, and keep that jacket on you, because clouds, as you can see on satellite, keeping over us, it's going to keep us kind of cool today. All these clouds are thanks to this mid-level low pressure system you can see over West Texas right here. That's going to bring us our rain chances tomorrow, which we'll talk about later. Because if you're sending your kiddos out the door this morning, like I said, pack them that jacket. Going to be a bit chilly in the morning, and it'll be cool pretty much all day long. And we'll have those details next.
A local mother is urging the Calhoun County School District to improve its special needs program, taking her case to the school board. 25 News Now weekend anchor Trenton Whiting reports she won't stop until the district responds.
Parent Lacey Vasquez is trying to create change with Calhoun County ISD's special needs program in Seadrift.
I'm a parent first and foremost, and my job is to be the voice for my child. And in this instance, my voice has had to get louder and louder and louder.
Vasquez has taken a few steps already, reaching out to the superintendent and eventually taking her grievance to the Texas Education Agency.
That process from start to finish was over 2 months long.
Vasquez says she has been met with hurdles and a lack of urgency from the district.
It's very frustrating as a parent. I work full time, and this has turned into a full-time job just to do my own data and research.
She says she is attempting to create a community of parents with special needs students to create a united front.
And I can understand why a lot of people get irritated with the process and just stop. And it's not fair to all the kids that this is affecting long term. Equal, fair, and consistent education shouldn't be this hard.
Trenton Whiting, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
We're reaching out to the district for additional information on Vasquez's complaints. The Victoria City Council meets tonight. Members will consider a $798,000 contract to replace the roof of the Victoria Public Library, which is owned by Victoria County. They will also set a public hearing date for a proposed stormwater drainage utility system and fee, and hear a report on this year's Tejas Fest. The meeting begins at 5 p.m. in the council chambers at 107 West Welland Street. This morning, the Goliad Tigers are remembering Emilio Vargas, a former superintendent and principal for Goliad ISD. Vargas died on December 12th. Visitation and funeral services will be held Thursday at Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Goliad. Visitation starts at 9, followed by a funeral mass at 9:30 a.m. Donations in his memory can be made to the General Ignacio Zaragoza Society. The U.S. military now confirming a counter-narcotics operation in the Eastern Pacific. Joint Task Force Southern Spear conducted lethal kinetic strikes against 3 vessels in international waters. U.S. intelligence indicates these boats were operated by designated terrorist organizations along known narco-trafficking routes. The military reports that 8 men identified as narco-terrorists were killed in the operation. Now to the latest on the murders of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife. ABC's Lionel Moyes reports on the hours leading to their deaths and who police now have in custody for the murders.
This morning, Nick Reiner, the son of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle is held without bail, accused in the stabbing deaths of his parents.
He was subsequently booked for murder.
Sources say it was the couple's daughter who found them dead in their home Sunday. Sources say Rob and Nick got into an argument Saturday night at a holiday party, and Nick was acting strangely. They say Nick was not home when his parents' bodies were found, but was arrested later near the University of Southern California. The 32-year-old has been open about his struggles with addiction. Nick Reiner telling People magazine in 2016 that he had already gone to rehab 17 times, the first around his 15th birthday, and that he was homeless when he refused to go back to rehab, saying, "I was homeless in Maine. I was homeless in New Jersey. I was homeless in Texas. When I was out there, I could have died. It's all luck. You roll the dice and you hope you make it." As mourners leave flowers on Reiner's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, more of his co-stars are paying tribute.
Is your whole family small?
Yeah, there's just the 3 of us.
Sally Struthers, who worked with Reiner on All in the Family, saying, "There are no words. This is beyond devastating, and my heart is with their family." And Kevin Bacon, who worked with Reiner on A Few Good Men, saying everyone who knew him is hurting.
The making of that movie was one of the best experiences that I've ever had on a set. He was so fun.
President Trump is facing backlash for his comments about Reiner, who was an outspoken critic of Trump. The president claiming Reiner died because of the anger he caused others through his mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. Charges are expected to be filed today against Nick Reiner when we could learn more about the investigation. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
This morning, new plans are emerging to curb rising healthcare costs. Bipartisan efforts are underway in both the House and Senate. In the House, a group is pushing for a floor vote on a plan that includes stricter income caps and new fraud prevention measures. Meanwhile, Senate members met last night to discuss extending subsidies. The push comes ahead of the House's holiday recess. HEB's Feast of Sharing is set to feed thousands of local families this year. The 35th annual event takes place this Wednesday at the Victoria Community Center. Attendees can enjoy a free hot holiday dinner, live music, family activities, and free flu shots. Free transportation is available with pickup at the Salvation Army Life Enrichment Center. HEB emphasizes that the Feast of Sharing is about bringing neighbors together and ensuring no one goes hungry this holiday season. It's now 5:38 on your Tuesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. A massive prize continues to grow. The latest drawing results and what could happen this week.
The urgent manhunt intensifies for the deadly Brown University shooter. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with what authorities are saying this morning and how the public can help.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast, you heard me say rain chances are increasing tomorrow. So coming up next, we'll take a look and see when all of that will be here. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Tuesday. For your Tuesday, we're going to be looking at a lot of cloud cover today, so I don't think you're going to need your sunglasses, and you're going to see all that on the future tracker here in just a second. But our rain chances are also increasing tomorrow, and both of those two things are interlinked. Here's why. Looking at satellite, here's why. You can see we have the Pacific jet stream that is starting to pick up over our heads, mainly over West Texas and the Big Bend region right here. All this is thick cloud cover because of all the moisture, deep moisture that's coming out of the Pacific. That's being moved this way because of this mid-level low pressure system that we've been talking about ever since like last week actually. But what's going to happen is over the next 24 hours, this low system, which spins counterclockwise like this, is going to move southward. We're talking about it'll be right about here as we go into overnight tonight and all through tomorrow, Wednesday. And what that's going to do is once it parks itself right here, winds are going to be out of the Gulf like this because the winds are running like that. So that's going to bring a bunch of moisture into the atmosphere to work with for both clouds and hefty rain chances tomorrow, which have actually increased, and you'll see in a second. Because for your Tuesday, like I said, morning time, maybe a couple partly cloudy skies, but by noontime, I think we're going to be looking pretty cloudy out there, and you can see I'm just going to press play. We're going to be looking pretty cloudy for the rest of the day, so I don't think you need your sunglasses, and I don't think you need your umbrella unless you're going to be doing something tonight, because chances for rain tonight, we're talking about after 9 p.m., going to be 20%, maybe a few spotty showers around the area, and that'll stay like that, 20% for the rest of the overnight time before tomorrow morning at around 8 or 9 in the morning, that chance rises to 70%. I've now risen at 70% for scattered showers, maybe a couple non-severe thunderstorms around the area before rain activity should cut off right around there, 3-4 p.m. and later afternoon. And if you see rain tomorrow, which is going to be a solid majority of us, I think we'll see probably around half to an inch of rain, half an inch to an inch of rain. And if you don't see it, you'll probably see maybe about a quarter inch. But for the rest of this week, after the rain is done, we're going to have a front that'll cool us down just a little bit before we're warming up all the way through Christmas. And we'll look at that next.
And we only have 2 teams left remaining for state championship week, and starting off with the Yoakum Bulldogs as they're facing the Grandview Zebras in the 3 Division I state championship. And last week the Bulldogs, they relied on their rushing game and had 3 players rush over 100 yards in that victory. Jace Morales had 213 yards on the ground. Jamarcus Robinson, the star freshman, had 102 yards, and Xavier Barnett had 105. Now they only attempted 2 passes in the entire state semifinal matchup. They're hoping maybe they get a little bit more passing game, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if the running game works, they keep working it there for Yoakum. I mean, they're dynamic playmakers all over the field there for Yoakum. But if they want to get a big-time win, they're going to have to get those players to get the plays. As Grandview has a good defense overall. They shut down Peaster last week in the state semifinals 21-18. So, like I mentioned, if Yoakum wants to win a state title on Thursday afternoon, playmakers need to make plays at all those names I mentioned. And if Grandview wants to win, they're going to have to get their good defense and kind of keep up with the Yoakum offense. This is Max Williams, 25. News Now Sports.
This morning, investigators need help identifying the Brown University shooter. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest on the manhunt and the FBI's $50,000 reward.
This morning, an urgent manhunt for the Brown University shooter intensifies. The FBI now offering a $50,000 reward as police release new security video showing a person of interest. Authorities releasing these videos taken on Saturday, showing a person dressed in black walking several blocks from the Brown University campus. Authorities now urging anyone who might recognize the suspect to call the tip hotline.
The sooner we can identify that person, the sooner we can, I think, blow this case open. But that's work that has to happen in the next 24 to 36 hours.
The shooting happening just after 4 o'clock Saturday as students were in the middle of final exams. Students suddenly running for cover, hiding under desks and barricading doors.
We want to see the individual that pulled the trigger on these young kids identified, apprehended, and brought to justice.
Among those killed, Muhammad Aziz Umrzakov from Uzbekistan. His family writing on GoFundMe, he was incredibly kind, funny, and smart. Our family is incredibly devastated by this loss. And Ella Cook, a sophomore from Alabama, being fondly remembered.
Her loss is really, really a big hit for the Brown community. It's going to be a long period of healing and pain going forward to start next semester.
Meanwhile, there's now an increased police presence around the city as the search continues, and several private schools in the area remain closed this morning. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The Powerball grows more exciting before the holidays. No one has claimed the jackpot in Monday's drawing. The prize now reaches $1.25 billion for Wednesday's drawing. The lump sum option totals $572 million before taxes. The odds of winning remain more than 290 million to 1. It's now 5:45 on our Tuesday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. A dangerous plot foiled with days to spare, multiple arrests, and the evidence that led investigators to act. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Zakari. Happy 24th birthday to my beautiful daughter. Keep following God's paths and You will continue to prosper. We love you from Mama, Nana, Papa, Mika, Lee, and your whole family.
Happy birthday, Zakari, and also happy birthday to Corbin. Happy birthday, Corbin, from Momo, Emmanuel, Nana, and Mom and Dad, and the rest of your family.
Happy birthday to Bobby. Happy 55th birthday. Love from your parents, Justo and Mary, and all your family.
Happy birthday, Bobby, and also happy birthday to Paul. Happy birthday to my loving husband, Paul. Love from your wife, Dora, and many more.
Happy birthday to Adela. Happy birthday from Jennifer.
Happy birthday, Adela, and also happy birthday to Ray. Ray is our cake winner today. Happy birthday, Ray. He's turning the big 60. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
It's now 5:46 on our Tuesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw the 7-day forecast a few moments ago, and you probably heard me talking about Christmas and what that's going to look like. Well, we're going to look at that here in better detail in just a second, because today, like I said, I hope y'all enjoy our last cool day, because for the rest of this year, you heard me say it, we're going to be warming up. High of 67 today, 67 I'm thinking in Victoria. That's going to be right on par for our average this time of year, 67 as well. But 59 I'm thinking is going to be our low temperature tonight underneath the cloud cover, and the winds returning out of the Gulf. That'll keep us warmer than our average. 45 is our average this time of year for low temperatures. Now everyone else this afternoon going to be looking about the same. Highs right around 66, 67 today, maybe 68 getting close to the coast, maybe even 69. And overnight tonight, low temperatures will drop down to only the upper 50s, some in the low 60s. Much noticeably warmer than this morning, that's for sure, thanks to the Gulf air mass returning on top of us. Now tomorrow, Wednesday, if today is still too cool, like I said, enjoy it. It's our last cool one. Tomorrow, Wednesday, looking a tad warm out there, low 70s for most of us. And by Thursday, if it's not warm enough, well, we'll be looking for about 80. Yeah, 80 degrees. And I think it's going to look just about like that as we go into Christmas. Yes, on Christmas Day, I think we'll be looking for somewhere between 80 and 85 degrees for the high temperature, and probably underneath some sunshine, because you can see we'll have one front that gets here Thursday night, dropping us only 10 degrees before all the way into Christmas week. We're going to be warming up, and that's all thanks to this. High pressure number 1, high pressure number 2, combining into one. That'll put us on a warming trend. And we'll look at all that and more later on Sunrise.
Here's today's question of the day. Today is National Underdog Day, so we ask you, who is your favorite underdog? Like us on Facebook Crossroads Today, post your answers to today's question, and we'll read them live coming up. Now to the thwarted New Year's Eve bombing plot. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the story on the suspects and their suspected terror plan.
This morning, the Justice Department says it's foiled a major coordinated terrorist plot.
These bombs were to blow up at the same time on midnight this New Year's Eve.
4 people now in custody suspected of planning to fill backpacks with pipe bombs and set them off near at least 5 businesses across Southern California on New Year's Eve.
The plan stated that the IEDs would be complex pipe bombs.
Officials say the group was testing explosives in the Mojave Desert Friday. Video released by investigators shows the suspects not long before they were arrested.
It strikes me this is another undercover operation potentially. In other words, there was at least an agent or an informant in with this group, because how would you know to run aerial surveillance unless you had somebody on the ground telling you that was about to occur?
Investigators say the suspects, led by 30-year-old Andre Carroll, are members of the Turtle Island Liberation Front, described as a far-left, anti-government, anti-capitalist network who were planning to bomb the logistics centers of 2 American companies.
Which included plans to target ICE agents and vehicles with pipe bombs. Carroll stated that those plans would, quote, take some of them out and scare the rest.
The 4 are charged with conspiracy and possession of an unregistered destructive device. And the FBI says a 5th person possibly linked to the same group was arrested in New Orleans, allegedly planning a separate attack. Now, if convicted, the suspects could face up to 15 years in prison. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A construction project under fire, an emergency court hearing. What happens next could surprise you. question of the day.
That's right. Well, today is National Underdog Day. So today we ask you, who is your favorite underdog? Okay, who are they saying?
All right, Cassie is going for, she loves the Underdog movies. She saw it.
Oh, good movie.
And her favorite underdog is Jesus because so many people doubted him.
Ooh, great answer.
And Naomi says Ralphie from The Christmas Story and Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie Brown.
And Eddie says UT, baby.
UT, baby. Get out of here with that. Oh.
And you know, there's also David from David and Goliath.
Oh, yeah, he was a big underdog.
Some would argue Abraham Lincoln was an underdog in history. Nelson Mandela, who was a prisoner before he became president.
Wow, Carl, these are all great answers.
Yeah.
Oh, never thought of these people. Well, there is still plenty more time for y'all to give your answer to the question of the day. Maybe you can give her one of her answers because those were like perfect. But you can leave your answers by heading to our Facebook page, Crossroads Today, and leaving them in the comments. Well, this morning on Underdog Day, our temperatures are kind of an underdog out there. None of us were expecting it. Well, I guess some of us were if you were tuning into my forecast. Well, it's a little bit chilly out there, so just make sure to grab your jacket. Low 40s for most of us out there right now, but we do have some warmer temperatures on the Gulf right now because you're right next to the warm Gulf water, which is sitting in about the 50s right now. And that's going to get up to about 56 this afternoon in Matagorda Bay under some mostly smooth waves, 1 to 2 feet high with your winds 5 to 10 knots, gusting up to 15 at times. High tide's going to be this evening. Low tide's going to be late this morning. Port Lavaca, you're looking for a high of 68 today, mid 60s by noontime underneath the cloud cover, like I said, so I don't think you need your sunglasses. Same thing for all that in Victoria, but about a degree less. 67 today, low 60s by noontime, and also a degree less in Cuero. 66 for the high today, 62 by noon, and low 60s by the evening sunset time. So like I said earlier, y'all get out there and enjoy our last cool day because you're going to see right here for the rest of 2025, we're going to be looking a little warm.
Today, a federal judge will hold an emergency hearing to consider whether to temporarily stop construction on President Trump's White House ballroom. A historic preservation group filed a lawsuit to stop the project from moving forward because the president did not get the appropriate approval from Congress. Ford pulls the plug on one of its big electric vehicles, the F-150 Lightning. Sales of the EV, the electronic version of its popular pickup, dropped 10% this year. The car maker also killed plans for a follow-up truck and planned electric commercial vans. The fully electric F-150 will be replaced with an extended range version that includes a gas-powered engine. The FTC joins 21 states plus Washington, D.C. in stepping up their court fight against Uber. An updated lawsuit accuses the ride-hailing company of charging riders for subscriptions without permission and making it too hard for people to cancel. Sanitary sewer construction will close one Victoria intersection today. The intersection of Delmar and Hanselman will close from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The closure is part of the Anthony Road and Hanselman Road Sanitary Improvements Project. It's now 5:58 on our Tuesday morning. Still ahead, $50,000, new security footage, and a race against time in Providence. Stay with us. Another half hour of 25 News Now Sunrise up next.